Every fake news is saying you are not Jim Carrey. That's true or not?
Who the fuck is that? That's not Jim Carrey. I'm not saying the Illuminati got him.
This is not Jim Carrey. It reminds me of this, and this, and this, and this, and this.
I'm dead. I'm dead.
Here is a huge conspiracy theory about beloved Hollywood actor Jim Carrey right now that's running rampant through the internet. A man who has always rejected Hollywood, exposed the elites, and tried to wake up the audience to how blinded we've all been to it this whole time, has Jim Carrey suddenly turned to the dark side this past weekend. He stepped onto the red carpet, and the world collectively gasped he looked completely different. And I'm not just talking about a new haircut, we're talking a totally different eye color, a whole new demeanor, and an aura that screamed unfamiliar. Longtime fans, the ones who follow his every nuanced performance and philosophical musing, were not just shocked, they were genuinely deeply worried. And here's the kicker. The detail that sends chills down your spine. This man who vowed in 2022 that he was retiring, that if he ever did return, it wouldn't be him. Suddenly, he's back out of retirement and looking like this. So the terrifying question ricocheting across the internet, did the Illuminati finally silence their loudest Hollywood critic? Did they clone him, replace him? Is this some twisted form of punishment for his years of exposing government corruption and authority? And just before we dive deep into this rabbit hole, let me tell you what he said when he was directly asked, yes, directly asked, if he was a clone, if he was the real Jim Carrey. You won't believe it. I literally just saw this footage, and trust me, this is a conspiracy theory tailor-made for our channel. So smash that subscribe button to become a student here at Inside the A-List. Like this video and share it with a friend, or even that person you love to annoy who's obsessed with Jim Carrey, because this is gonna worry them. Let's set the scene. It's February 2026. Jim Carrey, after a period of self-imposed retirement, steps onto the stage at the Caesar Awards in Paris, essentially France's Oscars, to accept a Lifetime Achievement Award, a huge honor, right? But the chatter wasn't about his incredible career, it was about his face. He looked off. Uncanny Valley doesn't even begin to cover it. It was as if he was wearing the real-life mask. He was doing interviews for a throng of press under a blinding flash of lights and cameras, giving us an undeniable crystal-clear view. And what we saw, different cheeks, a different chin, a smile that didn't quite reach his new, almost unsettling eyes. His voice even subtly altered, the proportions of his face were just different. But the absolute most chilling piece of evidence, the one that's truly sending shivers down people's spines, is his eyes. They look completely changed from his signature warm brown to a startling, almost unnatural green. Now, yes, it's speculation from fans, but the difference is stark and they look sunken, sitting differently in his face. It's truly undeniably shocking. I have to wonder, how is Ariana Grande, a self-proclaimed superfan whose first MySpace name was Jim Carrey Fan 42, feeling right now? Is she freaking out? Let me show you more of these jarring before and afters, because this caught fire like wildfire, similar to the unsettling buzz around Zac Efron's face change. Though, let's be real, Zac Efron can still outmock anyone on the planet, but that's a story for another day. Let's dive into some of the reactions that went viral. One fan raged, every time a celebrity starts speaking up, they kill them and replace them. Every single one who has tried to say something, Jim Carrey did this on live television. They end up different, soulless. This will never end. Another heartbroken wrote, as a super fan of Jim Carrey, that's not Jim, I'm devastated. Even Bryce Hall. Bryce Hall weighed in declaring, that is not Jim Carrey. Someone quipped with a touch of dark humor, he is the last person I expected to buy a new face off Temu. That tweet got 500,000 likes, ouch. And this one's truly compelling. I've never seen anyone look less like Jim Carrey. Jim Carrey would never get massive amounts of Botox. Let's be real. The collective sentiment, Jim Carrey, Selena Gomez, what the F is going on? These are not them. And to try to pull it in our faces like this. Bro, what? Now, let's be rational for a second. Jim Carrey is a 64-year-old man in Hollywood. Plastic surgery isn't some far-fetched possibility. If someone wants to rejuvenate themselves to look any way they want to feel confident, that's their prerogative. He'll always be a handsome, lovable guy. But here's the other suspicious piece of evidence. He is the last person you'd expect to fundamentally alter his face. Think about it. His face is his career. He's famous for morphing and molding it into iconic characters like the Grinch, twisting it into comedic genius in Dumb and Dumber. His face needs to be bendable, pliable, an instrument of his craft. This just doesn't feel like a move the real Jim Carrey would ever make. But it's not just the appearance, folks. Fans are noticing that this new Jim Carrey is acting differently. He's doing things the original Jim Carrey simply wouldn't. First, this detail, which cracked me up when I saw it, just shows how deeply he's being scrutinized. Jim Carrey is a known lefty, not politically but left-handed, and at the awards show, he was doing everything with his right hand. Not a smoking gun, sure, but definitely suspicious. His mannerisms were all off, and then the moment that sent everyone spiraling on the carpet, when asked about his favorite funny face he's ever worn, he replied with a blank stare, "My favorite funny face is the one I'm wearing right now."
My favorite funny face is the one I'm wearing right now.
Is he at the sunken place? Is this like Get Out? Also, listen to how he used to talk and how he does now.
I'm here tonight to blow the lid off it, to be the whistleblower. I'm sick and tired of the secrets and the lies.
You know, I wrote it and I researched it and I practiced it like crazy, but you know, it's then I watched everybody like talking 1,000 miles an hour up there receiving their awards, and I was like, I'm dead. I'm dead.
Also, Jim Carrey said he was retiring from movies, TV, and acting altogether in 2022 after a decades-long iconic career because he said, unlike other Hollywood stars, he's happy with how much fame, money, recognition, achievements he's gotten, and he has had enough. He's done. His retirement was huge news, and word on the street is that he even went so far to say that if he ever comes out of retirement, it is not him because he would never do that. Allegedly, in 2022, he said that, and that's the last time we kind of see Jim Carrey acting and being like the Jim Carrey that we know. Then, in 2023, he popped up, a toe dipped back in, and now in 2026 he's back full swing award shows, leading an upcoming live action movie, The Jetsons. This is the man who swore he would only return if the script was golden, perfect, something society needed. But The Jetsons and Sonic the Hedgehog, does that sound like the Jim Carrey who challenged the very fabric of our society? Did Hollywood finally get to him? Did they do something unspeakable and now they're just capitalizing off the image of Jim Carrey, a shell, perhaps wearing a new face, playing roles the true Jim Carrey would have scoffed at? This isn't an isolated incident either. This new Jim Carrey fuels a growing conjecture, a long, terrifying line of celebrities who suddenly look different, act different, or whose essence seems altered. People point to Britney Spears, Joe Biden, Selena Gomez, some even daring to whisper Kevin Hart's name. I haven't seen that one myself, but tragically, I get what they mean. They just change. They suddenly don't look quite like themselves. It's uncanny. They talk differently. Their personalities shift, and honestly, can I entirely disagree? Not anymore. His entire personality and disposition have flipped on things he used to passionately reject. I adored how he stood against society, his profound spirituality. He was our spiritual warrior, exposing Hollywood, exposing the elites, trying to yank the wool from our eyes and wake us up to how blind we've become. Remember that iconic Jimmy Kimmel interview? The one where he was practically exposing the Illuminati live on TV? Some tried to dismiss it as him being facetious, just trying to get a laugh. But even when he wasn't overtly flashing symbols, he was speaking undeniable truths about the powers that be. The very Illuminati he joked about, turning us into mindless consumers, distracting us into docility, making us believe we're living a grand existence when maybe, just maybe, we're not.
People on television, people in sitcoms have been hired by the government to throw you off the track, to distract you, to make you laugh, so you don't know what's really going on.
And his interviews used to be legendary. He would hilariously, mockingly shred whatever phony, pretentious Hollywood event he was forced to attend. Remember the E! News interview at that Harper's Bazaar party honoring icons? He deadpanned to the interviewer. This is the most meaningless thing I could think of going to. When she, bewildered, asked if he didn't believe in icons, he shot back. That is the lowest bottom of the barrel hanging fruit ever. None of this is real.
There's no meaning to any of this, so I wanted to find the most meaningless thing that I could come to and join, and here I am.
Did Hollywood, in its insatiable hunger for control, need to silence its biggest whistleblower, but still needing to capitalize on the image of Jim Carrey? Did they simply put a new mask on him? He also has a long, powerful history of serious, no-joke speeches. In 2018, he delivered a blistering critique of capitalism, authoritarian governments, and the inhumane treatment of immigrants.
And that's what we have now. We have capitalism without a conscience. Its worst evils: hatred of immigrants, contempt for the truth, greed, and the abuse of power. Kidnapping children is not what great nations do.
The man didn't just make us laugh, he made us think. He used to not take himself seriously. He'd say Jim Carrey isn't even a real person. It's just a character I play. That the universe is just experiencing the average guy. That's him. That's why he didn't care for awards or chasing big budget films for extra cash. But now at this France Awards show, receiving an iconic award, the very concept he once deemed stupid, he's taking it with a bizarre, almost reverent seriousness. He's acting like the kind of actor he used to mock. All shucks, little old me, so honor humility. It's incredibly unsettling. Of course, the internet always offers alternative theories, especially when fans are in denial. What if he's just in character? Some speculate. What if he did stuff to his face because he's a method actor, truly becoming a new person because he genuinely believes Jim Carrey is just a facade he puts on? Or, hear me out, Jim Carrey hired a lookalike actor to prove a point. People are convinced he's employed a body double to attend the events he despises. He had to have paid somebody to pretend to be him. They insist. And then, just before I filmed this, the ultimate confrontation. some reporter, or just a random guy with a camera ambushed him outside his car, yelling relentlessly, "Are you the real Jim Carrey? Are you real? Are you someone else? Are you true? Have you been cloned?" Barraging him, not even letting him speak, but you can hear Jim Carrey's response to the most critical question. "Are you the real Jim Carrey?" He just goes, "What? Is he unaware, or is he playing dumb?"
Jim Carrey is real original Jim Carrey? Can you answer this, please? Mr. Jim Carrey. Every fake news is saying you are not Jim Carrey. That's true or not? Please, give answer. After Epstein files, you actually say something. That's true or not? Are you true? You same man? Please answer. Please answer.
What do you think is truly going on here? From the radical personality shift to the startling physical changes. Do you think this is just a wild conspiracy theory, or is something genuinely chilling unfolding before our eyes? Let me know your thoughts down in the comments. So hit me up with whatever other mysteries you want to unravel. Make sure to like, subscribe, send this to a friend, and I'll see you in the next one. Bye.